testing on Thursday for those coaches who need to get COVID.
You go around and get a shot?
I got my shot.
You got a shot of hand? What's up, man?
Shoot, I got a little break in the schedule. I said, shoot, I'm coming.
Oh, you got
I've been following that,
Oh, man, you got no idea.
There's an old saying, the talent sets the floor, but the character sets the ceiling.
That's right.
Great coaches will spread your message.
Yeah.
Sitting in that chair, they're going to spread your message.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the truth.
I honestly don't feel like work. Like,
No.
when we come here, we so happy to see my man, the DT, and the guys, like, they don't game day. It's like, that's the party day. We get to party. We get to have a good time and show off our kids. It's like, okay, we had a family reunion. We get to show off our kids on game day.
Shit, I never worked a day of my life.
Yeah. It's so
I never
fun.
worked a day of my life. There'd be 20-hour days, but one work.
I'm not waking up one day and said, dang, I don't feel like going there.
What's going to be funny is, with the success you're having,
Yeah.
and the exposure and everything else that's going on, they're going to be coming like crazy.
Seriously, we're going to kill people in the fall.
Yeah,
You better beat us now.
right.
Because in the fall, you'll get killed.
Hey,
They're going to get killed.
this game's fucking beautiful. It ain't for everybody, but it's beautiful. One of my dear friends growing up, Walter Payne, he was a mentor of mine. I asked Walter later in life, I said, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do different? And Walter said, I would have worked harder. Walter Payton was the hardest working dude I've ever seen. And he said he would have worked harder. You can't play this game forever, man. But the opportunity you get to play it, don't cheat yourself. Raise your hand up. Go ahead, players. Just raise your hand up. Give me a little bit more. Add much more. Add much more. What happened? You got more. There's a little voice that's fucking keeping you back. There's a little fucking voice that'll say that's all you got. That voice will keep you down. Don't listen to that little boy. I'm tired of whatever little shit. When it gets tough and nut cut, that's when you're at your best. Can you imagine if he did it, if you did it, if you did it, you did it, you did it, you did it, every damn one of you work that way? How good would this team be? How good would it be? Would it matter who the hell you play? I don't care if it's ain't Power 5, come walk in. Yeah, Power 5 gonna get his ass whipped today. But you gotta do it. You gotta commit to each other.
I know you lying. Yeah. Good night. Good morning. Good evening. Wherever you are. Tonight, live is going to be a little different, y'all. Because tonight, we're going to talk about the faces of what I call white fragility. Yeah, my favorite. And no, I'm not talking about every white person. I'm talking about specific behavior. I'm talking about what happens when certain people become extremely comfortable criticizing a black athlete, but suddenly becomes very uncomfortable when that black athlete push back. When Shedeur has confidence, when he refuses to be humble for everybody else's comfort, when he doesn't act the way people expect him to act. And tonight, y'all, we're gonna talk about some specific people. Yeah. I usually don't do this, but I'm just having fun tonight because they are irrelevant. But it's the hottest topics on the YouTube street. Talking about Anthony Lima from 92.3 The Fan and Rex Ryan, the ex NFL coach, and many others who have made Shedeur Sanders a subject of conversation over and over and over. But tonight, y'all, I'm not just going to talk about them. I'm going to show you. I'm going to try my best to bring up some clips like the one I just showed you. And I probably will play it at the end because it's too funny. I'm going to bring up a lot of things tonight, and I'm going to show you what I was saying while all of this was happening. Now, if you've been in these YouTube streets, you know what's happening. You know we unapologetically black, we unapologetically real because we are Black Culture is Lit TV. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you um, hit your notification bell and whatever else you need to do. So now let me ask y'all something. Why did Shedeur Sanders become such a problem for certain people? Why do you think it is? Was it because he was a quarterback? Was it because he was a rookie? Was it because of his father? Or was it because of the way he carried himself or carries himself? Because here's what I've noticed, y'all. There seems to be a lot of energy directed at this young black quarterback. And I start asking myself, why? Why is it this man constantly is on your mind? Why are you constantly talking about him in a negative light? Why do you keep making him the subject? And at some point, y'all, you have to ask yourself whether this is sports commentary or whether something else is happening. And I think we all know the answer, right? Let's start with schmug face Anthony Lima. Because I've watched the way this man has talked about Shedeur. And here's the crazy part, y'all. It's not just now happening. This man has been tweeting about Deion Sanders since 2010. That is a long time to be hating on somebody. And I'm not here to try to tell you what you have to think. I'm going to show you what he said. Well, you already know. You can look at the clips in the YouTube streets. But I'm going to tell you what I saw with these clips. Because this is the difference between an opinion and a pattern. One comment, okay, that's cool. Two comments, okay. But when the same person keeps coming back to the same black athlete over and over and over, now I have to question it. Now I have to question it. Because it's the why for me. What is it about Shedeur Sanders that bothers these white men so much? I'm in the mood.
Testing on Thursday for those coaches who need to get to work.
I got my shot.
You got a shot of hand? What's up, man?
Shoot, I got a little break in the schedule. I said, shoot, I'm coming.
Oh, you got you.
I've been following that,
Oh, man. You got no idea.
There was an old saying, the talent sets the floor, but the character sets the ceiling.
That's right.
Great coaches will spread your message.
Yeah.
Sitting in that chair, they're going to spread your message.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Great coaches is going to spread your message. What is wrong with these men? I just want y'all to pay attention, not just to the words. Pay attention to the tone. Pay attention to Rex Ryan's energy when he's in the room with Coach Prime. Pay attention to what is being said and what is being implied. Because this was 2022, I believe, this clip. What happened in the last 4 years to make Rex Ryan throw shade at Coach Prime's son when he was just hugging on Coach Prime? You saw it. What makes them do this? But let me tell you what I see when I saw this clip. Because Shedeur is not even in the clip, but he came and spoke to Jackson State when Coach Prime was coaching, right? Fast forwarded to this comment he made, or is making, because this is the second wild comment he's made. I see a young black man who became a target of constant commentary. And I don't believe every criticism of a black athlete is racist, but I do believe 99.5% is. So I give him that 0.5%. So, but let me say that clearly. Black people can criticize black athletes. White people can criticize black athletes. That's not what I'm talking about here. Sports commentary is sports commentary. But when the criticism becomes obsessive, when the same person keeps coming back to the same individual, when the conversation becomes less about football and more about the person's personality and, what he do in the off season, and, you making comments like that to a grown man now, his family, his confidence, his attitude, his identity, then I gotta start looking at the bigger picture. Because let me go back. I want to put it on them hugging. Yeah, that's better. Because let's talk about Rex Ryan. Because this is where I got to pause, y'all, right there. Rex Ryan is a former NFL coach. He knows football. He has a right to have an opinion about football, right? But I also have the right to question the energy behind those opinions. Because what makes a man hug another man with such admiration and then a few years later shit on his son? And this is where I want everybody to be honest now. Because if a black person is repeatedly criticized or criticizing a white player like Ryan Clark, who just got fired because he made a comment about the I forgot the position, Scalaboo for the New York Giants. But I guess he was telling a story about him offering him a piece of candy, and he said, "I wasn't finna eat a piece of candy out of this boy." The comment wasn't racial, but I guess they look at it as racism, which is very funny. But that's what happens when a black person criticizes a white player. They get fired. But would we be having a different conversation if Shedeur was white? Would people call that person obsessed? Would people say they had an agenda? Would people say they were bullying that player? Or would they simply call it sports commentary? Because I think so. I really do. Because it's such a double standard. And this firing from Ryan Clark proves it, y'all. Because I've been watching black athletes deal with this forever, y'all. The confident black athletes get called arrogant. The outspoken black athlete gets called difficult. It's really sad. The emotional black athletes get called unstable. You see it all the time in the news, man. A black athlete can't make any wrong turns or they will be ostracized in the NFL community. The black athlete who refuses to smile, oh, they disrespectful. Now suddenly, supposedly, allegedly, Shedeur has an attitude problem, a me problem. But when white athletes are confident, nothing is said. They're competitors. They're fiery. They're passionate leaders. So I have to question the bullshit. Why does confidence look so different depending on who is displaying it? With the tension in the world today in America, we're not going for it. And this is where Shedeur comes in. Because Shedeur was never just treated like a quarterback, a rookie quarterback. The conversation constantly, y'all, every day, and I told y'all this was going to happen, becomes about who he was. His personality, his confidence, his family, his father, his interviews, his style, his behavior. Have you heard me mention football yet? Everything except simply allowing this young black man to develop as a football player. It becomes an obsession. Why are they so hurt and so fragile over his being, just being? And then these people act shocked. What did y'all expect? What did y'all think was going to happen? You cannot constantly talk about somebody, constantly criticize somebody, constantly put somebody under a microscope, and then act surprised when they have something to say back and his fans got something to say back. I have to question the media and I have to shit on the media, white media, because I'm tired of them questioning the narratives. Now it's time we question why they are so invested in tearing down this young black quarterback. And this is why I call this segment White Fragility. Because I'm watching what's happening. And I don't know, maybe it's not recognizable. Maybe you've never knew the term for it, but that's exactly what it is. So don't get frustrated when you hear this. I want you to know what you're listening to and what you're looking at when you see these people talk this way. I've been watching them say things about black athletes for a long time, which is why I started this YouTube channel. I've been getting upset when black people get pushed out the way. We're watching these people dish out old rhetoric, old drama, old criticism. They can't come up with something new. We know the history. We know the core of who these people are. So we can't suddenly act offended when they criticizing us. But I want y'all to understand the behavior that I'm talking about. And no, it's not every white person, but it's 95.5% of them. It's not every critic. It's not every sports commentator. But it's a specific behavior, specific patterns, specific people. Because this is not just about Shedeur Sanders. This is about what happens when black people refuse to be passive. When we refuse to just smile. For some reason, black joy irritates white fragility. Okay? It irritates it to the core. Because when black people refuse to accept every criticism quietly, when black people say, no, I saw what you said. No, I remember what you did. And no, you don't get to talk about me all day and then tell me I can't respond. You can't tell me how I respond. And when that happens, suddenly we the problem? Come on, man. So tonight, y'all, I'm going to talk about these men. I'm going to let you decide. Because I know where I stand with it. I've watched it, I documented it, and I was talking about it while it was happening. So, I'm going to leave y'all with this. I don't need everybody to agree with me. Because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. If the black YouTube streets would ignore these people and not respond to these people and not become emotional every time these people say something and giving them the light, we'll all be better. We'll all be better. But I see all these videos on other people's podcasts, so I have to talk about it because I'm like, what is going on? And then when I watch the video and I'm like, y'all let that trigger you? That's a problem. See, I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm allowed to question what I see. And I don't need to put them on my videos to validate what I already know. Because I'm a black woman and I have a black son. I have black uncles, I have a black dad, I have black brothers. So you can't tell me that I don't know the faces of white fragility. And I'm just going to expose the men behind the hate. Because I've watched it, I've heard it, I documented it. And tonight, we're just running the tape back one more time.
What's up, man?
That's you. Got a little break in the schedule. Just shoot, I'm coming.
Oh, you got it.
I've been following that,
Oh, man. You have no idea.
There's an old saying, the talent sets the floor, but the character sets the ceiling.
That's right.
Great coaches will spread your message.
Yeah.
So sitting in that chair, they're gonna spread your message.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
I honestly it don't feel like work. Like,
No.
when we come here, we so happy to see my man, the DT, and the guys like, gang, it's like that's the party day. We get to party, we get to have a good time together and show off our kids. It's like, okay, we're at the family reunion, we get to show off our kids on game day.
Shit, I never worked a day of my life.
Yeah,
I never worked a day of my life. There'd be 20-hour days, but one word.
I'm not waking up one day and said, dang, I don't feel like going there.
What's gonna be funny is, with the success you're having,
Yeah.
and the exposure and everything else that's going on, they're gonna be coming like crazy.
Seriously, we're gonna kill people in the fall.
Yeah,
You better beat us now.
right.
Because in the fall, you'll get killed.
Hey,
Listen, I don't know what makes a man turn on another man that way and feel comfortable to talk about their child the way they talk about their child. But we different, so I don't understand it, you know. But thank you for joining me tonight, y'all. This was the faces of white fragility. And remember, I'm not here to tell y'all what to think. I'm here to show you what I see. You can watch all the clips in the world. You can look at all the receipts, and you can make your own decision. This is Black Cultures Lit TV, where we keep it black, y'all. Loud, real, and unapologetically honest. Good night.
Welcome to the games. Where they don't pick you. You survive. Yeah. It's the Hunger Games. They try to start me out, now I'm running plays. Number 2, but I came in first place. From Colorado, now I'm in a new state. It's the Hunger Games. All that pressure turned a boy to a flame. They was praying on my fall, I stayed sane. Now I'm QB1, remember the name. They was watching every move, every throw, every step. Last game in college, yeah, they thought I was next. Hunger in my eyes, but they fed me to doubt. Media talking crazy, trying to count me out. Draft night pressure, yeah, the room got quiet. They ain't see the vision, but I stayed defined. Turned pain into fuel, every hit, every scar. They threw me in the arena, I became who I am. It's a Hunger Games. They try to start me out, now I'm running plays. Number 2, but I came in first place. From Colorado, now I'm in a new state. It's the Hunger Games. All that pressure turned a boy to a flame. They was praying on my fall, I stayed sane. Now I'm QB1, remember the name. Yeah. Now I'm in a city where the lights burn cold. Cleveland nights, yeah, the story get told. Same number 2, but the road done flip. QB1 energy, yeah, I'm built for this. They ain't want me leading, now they gotta respect it. Old media mad, cause they can't control the message. Every snap survival, every play a test. I don't fold under pressure, I was built for stress. This ain't luck, this design. They counted me out, now it's my time. Hey. It's the Hunger Games. Now the whole world watching how I changed the game. Number 2 turned into number 1 lane. From doubted to dominant, remember the name. Oh. They threw me in the game. I ain't panic. I won't.